यो वेलकम गाइस, कैसे हो? चलो डन। तुम लोगों को साउंड छोड़ो, बंद ही कर दे तो। हम्म, चलो डन। हेलो गाइस, कैसे हो सब लोग, बताओ। वेलकम बैक टू द स्ट्रीम। आज हम फाइनली कुछ खतरनाक करने वाले हैं। कल बहुत सारे चेंजेस हुए भाई रात में, जो कि भाई थे भी मैंडेटरी। अदरवाइज हमारा प्रोजेक्ट उस लेवल पे नहीं पहुंचा रहता। लेट मी ब्रिंग इट हियर। एंटी ग्रेविटी। मैं एंटी ग्रेविटी यूज नहीं करता, ये फैजल भैया है ना हमारे, बोलते कि एंटी ग्रेविटी बेस्ट है। ओके, एंटी ग्रेविटी के साथ अपने टर्मिनल में एक जेमिनाई तो वैसे अपन यूज करने वाले हैं, तो वो फॉल बैक के लिए रखते हैं, ठीक है। इसको हम देंगे इतना पूरा, एंटी ग्रेविटी इधर। तो और छोटा हो जाओ। ये इतना जो सेटअप करने में जाता ना टाइम वेस्ट, मेरे को बहुत बेकार लगता है। ट्रिगर्ड बॉय, हाय भाई, कैसे हो? वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम। इतना जो सेटअप करने में जाता है ना टाइम वेस्ट, उफ। आज वैसे मैं वाईफाई पे भी स्ट्रीम नहीं कर रहा हूँ, इसलिए तुम लोगों को थोड़ा दिक्कत होगी, क्योंकि हमारा एयरटेल का प्यारा वाईफाई हमारे साथ दे के चला गया। 7 दिन, 7 देने से मना कर दिया उसने। चलो। सी डी वेब। अच्छा यार, एनपीएम नहीं रन किया ना अपन ने, तो वो रजिस्टर्ड हो जाएगा वो भी। ओके, डन। तुम लोग को दिखा देता हूँ यहाँ लाके। कल अपना इतना ये हुआ था। कल यानी हाँ, मैंने अकेले ने रात में थोड़ा, ये हमारा लॉग्ड इन है इसलिए ऐसा दिखा रहा, अदरवाइज हाँ, ये अदरवाइज ऐसा है। साइन अप साइन। यूट्यूब इज नॉट रिसीविंग एज मच एज, क्या लिख के आ रहा है? क्यों रिसीव नहीं हो रहा भाई? हमारे तरफ से फॉल्ट नहीं है। चलो। कल इतना हो गया था, साइन इन पे अपना ऑथेंटिकेशन भी प्रॉपर वर्क कर रहा था। देन ऊपर में चैटबॉट आ गया था। इसके बाद हमने बेंटो ग्रिड भी डाले थे यहाँ पे। बेंटो बेंटो ग्रिड का यूआई थोड़ा अच्छा बन गया, पता नहीं कैसे। ये ये बेकार का सेक्शन है, इसे छोड़ो। हमें फिलहाल ध्यान देना है बैकएंड पे। स्मूथ स्ट्रीम नहीं हो रही है क्या? गाइस, एम आई विजिबल? लेट मी चेक। गाइस चैट में बता दो अगर बराबर है तो। चलो, डन। क्या यूज करें? ओपस? ओपस तो भाई फाड़ देगा एक बार में, ऐसा बिल फाड़ेगा हमारा। डन है बे, सॉर्टेड है, अच्छा ही दिख रहा है। मेरी इसमें तो सही चल रही है स्ट्रीम। किसी को कोई दिक्कत हो रही है क्या भाई? बताओ, चैट में बताओ। मुझे बुरा एक्सपीरियंस बिल्कुल नहीं देना है भाई। चलो। अच्छा भाई 5G फोन है, नहीं तो मैं बर्बाद हो गया था आज। तो वाईफाई हमारा दिन में 4 बार जाता है। ओके सो हम पहले एंटी ग्रेविटी खोल लेते हैं। इसको पूरा बोल देते हैं। आई वॉन्ट यू टू ट्रांसफॉर्म द होल यूआई डिजाइन ऑफ द करंट फ्रंट एंड टू नेक्स्ट लेवल यूआई before coding. Let's focus on doing some UI UX research. मुझे ना शर्म आती है, पता है मैं नहीं तो ये सब ना टेक्स्ट में बोलता है ये माइक के इसमें। अभी स्ट्रीम कर रहा हूँ तो शर्म आ रही है अलग ही। देखते हैं भाई क्या यूआई बनेगा, मेरे को कुछ पता नहीं। लियो इंक्विजिट। गौरव, हैव यू लेवरेजेड वर्कफ्लो लाइक सुपर पावर जीएसडी? हाँ, आई हैव यूज्ड। जी स्टैक मेरा फेवरेट, वैसे भी मैंने कर रखा है स्टार्ट। लेट मी शो। जी स्टैग हो गया, आंद्रेज कारपाथ स्किल्स। I pretty much use this one because these four code rules are like proper guide for LLM. Also, yeah, this one is also start. Specifically, I like the question one. That is like something QS. Yeah, QA. Question answering like, yeah, but this default is for like project that needs brainstorming or what's the best way to merge anything and code graph? Code graph. I suggest there's a new like repo graphic file something. Yeah, it basically like type of obsidian which like gives like graph nodes for your memory. Let's read that down. Are you asking specifically for memory or like anything else? Let us check status. Where are you from and what do you do professionally? So I'm from India, specifically in Maharashtra, and I do like Python related stuff. And currently, I'm working as business analyst at ADA Tech. Understand anything and code graph addresses better alternative of graphy. Better alternative. I did also tried something from myself, but it's not a success. But yeah, I did build an internal MCP for myself. Let me show you. Mm, Yeah, here it is. Cognos is like a local MCP which uses SQLite. Along with it, it uses various filters like BM25 for top filtering. Also, it has like pretty much 3000 users. PI packets. Oh, Mumbai gives nice opportunity. I see. It is. It's not like updated around 2 weeks because I was pretty busy. Yeah, 3400 downloads. I did ship this, but it is not a success product, I say, because most of the time I configured MCP for my use, but it gets something else. Let's read implementation plan. Okay, cinematic. Okay, Aurora background. Currently retained and enhanced. While it will be okay. Okay, so it's just changing the landing page and the dashboard. Metric card with animated counter. Okay. I say we can improve the single page flow but from hero to footer section. Oh, nice work. You should merge the existing resources USP and then build upon their gaps. Okay. This project, like it's around, I guess, 3 months old. At that time, most of the tools for MCP, like for memory, aren't available. Like, okay, I built this on 11th April, and today is 24. Okay, pretty much 1.5 month and 3,000 users. I'm happy with that. But yeah, it lacks most of the things, like we can add vector DB locally for chunking, like a small embedding model like all VLM. This project can be drastically improved, but yeah, I'm currently not focusing on it. That's why. Um, l- wait, I should review the code before coding. Where is the drag? We have them routes. Wow. Question is like, I don't get it, but it is hard coded. Argument is then going to parse hidden. Let's check it is. Is there any is there any better way that simplify asking prompting than LLM to adapt Cognize into existing framework? No. Internally, LLM use a specific tool. For example, you can't define the tools really to what really actually the LLM must decide to use. Like if you say use a request library in place of n request, so it will do that. But internally, the LLM is like trained on data that uses request, so it will use that library. That is the similar case here. LLMs are given tools that are predefined and hard coded. You need to like update in the JSON file or like open code JSON file to actually make those LLM actually use your MCP. And most of the time, LLMs do like thinking. We have like a thinking than like default high max. So LLM basically focuses on using less consumption of tokens. That's why they like give a rotted output. For example, a big thinking text. Whoa! Almost it has like replaced our whole UI CSS. I guess this can be used. What I meant to ask, what's the best way to merge two open source repos like Cognos plus Graphic? Okay, wait. You asked, is there a better way than simply asking, prompting the LLM? Okay. You have to research your own, not like combining two memory tools or MCP, then brainstorming between them and finding a unique. You must like first see the problem that actually developers are facing, then try to build the tool. I did build Cognos in order to like reduce my stress because every time I switch like from context here to like codex, I have to give whole UI the like sorry whole prompting again, read the MD file, then like that's why I built Cognos that actually store data in SQLite so that you can use it further. It consumes more than tokens I was imagining. I guess for a single session it took over like 1.5 million tokens for a small code base I like have. It depends. Token usage depends on the model. I suggest you to use Graphify. It is currently the best as per developers. Otherwise, you can use super memory, I guess. Yes. Yeah, super memory. The only disadvantage to this is their pricing. I guess $20. Yeah, $20. That actually, yeah, you can use to connect Google Drive, unlimited storage. Otherwise, these are basic super memory MCP. I'm not a techie, I just want to save tokens by solving memory with existing open source repository, not particularly Cognos, but a combination of Graphify, Git Nexus, GBrain, Cogni. Okay. What's your primary purpose of like using those memory? Are those memories actually like important or like actually usable to you, or you are just like thinking to build something? There should be a purpose to build, otherwise I don't think. Token maxing, wow. Currently we are getting LLM at a very low subsidy level. For example, I'm using this big pickle model which is free on open code. This has been running like around, for example, 8 hours, and I guess this consume like more than 2 million token. So yeah, we are using LLMs at a low level, at a low cost, but when cost get bigger, your concern is really good, memory. But yeah, that I don't think will come. No, every path dynamic. You see, how does Big Pickle compare with Gemini Pro? Big Pickle is nearly to Grok, I can say. Grok code one fast. Gemini is like different thinking models. These are actually coding models. Gemini do a lot of thinking. You have to manually like do the control T type things to set their behavior to max, high, low. But yeah, Gemini models are good. Big Pickle is owned by, I guess. Yeah, Big Pickle is also owned by Groq. Is that? Yeah, it is, I guess, the parent company. Okay, it is an open source model licensed under Open Code Gen. Does anti-gravity 2.2 also have an aggressive rate limiting problem just like anti-gravity? I guess for pro users there shouldn't be any rate limiting because like as a pro user I can have like running this session for 5 hours and still didn't get rate limit. Yeah, Google AI Pro plan still more than half is remaining. So like I can use these models for around more 2 hours. Anti-gravity does come with rate limit for cloud model specific eyes, if I can say, because these models are hard capped at two 228 lakh tokens, which is pretty much low. And this above Gemini models are like having a very large context window around 1 million. So that's why sessions depend on them.